Hey guys, my name is Rachel Baldridge and I am a Diamond Beachbody coach, and I'm here to talk to you about the way that I have used Facebook Live to propel my business forward, and a couple of things that I've learned through trial and error and failing forward, and how to use Facebook Live and to conquer that fear. So I know a lot of people on my team, and maybe a lot of you, struggle with the fear of using the live feature on Facebook. And I know that it can be kind of scary, because what if you mess up, and what if you're not perfect, and what if your voice sounds weird, and all of that. And so I'm here to share with you a couple reasons why Facebook Live is important, and then a couple reasons how to get past the fear of using the feature. So for me, I started using Facebook Live right after they rolled it out. And I can see a direct correlation when I started posting videos and people being able to see my face and hear my voice. It just made me more relatable in my business and my journey as I was sharing my heart on my social media and on my platform. Facebook is my main place where I find potential customers and coaches and build relationships in my community. So this is a great feature for my business. Number one reason why we want to use Facebook Live: it creates an emotional connection with your community, with your audience, with those that you're connecting with on a daily basis. Not just your cold network, but also your warm market and your current challengers and your current team. And it gives them a place to connect with you on a deeper level than just something written out in a private message. So they're hearing your voice, they're seeing your face, and they're connecting with you because they're seeing you on a screen versus just that text. So number one, it creates an emotional connection. Number two, people like imperfection. So just like I'm super nervous to do this video right now for all of you guys, people understand if you're going to be nervous, and they don't want you to be perfect because they can't relate to that. I know that I see super fit moms with no stretch marks and none of that, and I have a hard time relating to that because that's not me and my story. So while that appeals to certain people, for me, I have a crazy toddler who will probably come and interrupt this video at some point, and that's just my life. He's almost 2 years old and he's into everything, and this morning I had a little sip of my Energize left in my bottle, and before I could get to it, he'd taken that Energize. So life is unpredictable with him, but people can relate to that. Moms can relate to that. Moms of boys can relate to that, and that's okay. They don't expect you to be perfect. They don't expect you to get it right every single time. And then my cat just went up. See? Imperfection. So number two, people like imperfection. Number three, people like attention. So one of the neat things about Facebook Live, it gives you a chance to engage with your market and your following in a relationship where they jump on because they want to be noticed by you. And so that gives you an idea of who's following your journey, who's following your business, who's following you just in general. And it gives you a way to recognize people during your live feeds. So if you see somebody jump on, make sure to say hey, ask people to share where they're watching from, ask people questions, things like that, because not only does that boost the number of people that's on your Facebook Live feed, it also gives people a reason to want to come back and follow you again. If they know that you're going to notice that you're there, they know that you're going to recognize them and say hello to them and be kind and all of that. See, I know. Okay, so those are the three main reasons why, see, imperfection, the three main reasons why to use Facebook. Now I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to overcome the fear of Facebook Live. When I first started out, I was terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, what are people going to think of me? Are they going to like my voice? Is my hair going to look okay? And eventually, I just have been able to get past that. I've gotten on live feeds completely sweaty after a workout at 6 a.m. in the morning. I've gotten on live feeds with no makeup, exhausted, sharing my heart when I'm having a rough mommy day. You know, you just are authentically you in your Facebook Live feeds. So tip number one, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Put on your big girl or boy pants and just say, all right, today's the day I'm going to go live. You don't overthink it. Think through a couple of things that you want to say, and I'll go through that in just a second. And then literally take a deep breath. and then press the go button and just go for it. Make it short and sweet if you need to in the beginning. Remember that you can delete it. You don't have to post it when you get done with the video. So the only people that are gonna see it are the people who actually jumped on live. So the number one tip I have is just do it. Just get out there and start doing it, trial and error, and it will get better. A couple of ways to overcome that fear when you're starting out to just start with your Facebook Live. Hide the number of viewers at the top. So at the very top of your phone is, and I can see it, it says live, and then when you have people who join you, it's gonna show you a number. And so that number is gonna fluctuate by a lot. And it's kind of a little overwhelming sometimes to look at that number and think, see 5 people jump off of your live feed and go from 15 to 10 people, and you're like, oh my gosh, is what I'm saying not important? No, that's not necessarily the case. So hide that number if you don't want to see it and you don't want to know who is on the feed. The other thing is when you're live videoing, in an ideal world, if you can, have it on a stable surface. So right now I'm sitting on my stairs in my house, but the phone is settled and stable. One reason why some people jump off my live feeds is if I'm shaking the camera and trying to hold it steady with my hand, and it's kind of like an earthquake while they're watching a live feed, and nobody wants to watch that. So try to have it on a stable surface if you can. At the end of my live videos, if I'm chasing my toddler, which happens 9 times out of 10 with my live feeds, I will go and take the camera with me and go and show my followers what my son is getting into, usually. I just try to keep it real. Number 2 is watch your video back when you finish your live feed. So when I finish with this video, I'm gonna watch it back and I'll critique myself, and be kind to yourself, but use it as a learning experience of things that you can improve on your next video. So did you say a lot? Did you play with your hair a lot? What were the things that you did that maybe next time you'll work towards improving? And each time you'll get better, each time you'll get more comfortable, and you'll kind of settle into the groove of live feeds. So my tip number 3 is maximize the first 30 seconds and the title of your video. So the very first thing that people are going to see when they see that you're live is your title. So they're going to know whether they want to jump on your feed or not based off your title. If you say something like, hey guys, what's up? Or something along that line as your title, 9 times out of 10 people aren't going to jump on unless they just overly love you as probably a family member. Aunt Jane's probably jumping on your live feed to see what you're doing. But I try to have some kind of a catchy title, and you can always go back and change it if you didn't think of anything in the moment and later on you think, I should have titled it that. You can go back and edit your video. But I try to think of something catchy. So like, for example, this video it said 5 tips to overcome the fear of live videos. So that would be more enticing to someone than saying, hey, here's how I like live videos with Facebook or something like that. So I try to do videos on meal preps and things like that, and I'll say something like, oh my gosh, you guys won't believe how short a time it took me to meal prep. Only 20 minutes and $30 and I'm done. And people are gonna jump on like that instead of labeling it meal prep video or meal prep for the weekend, something like that. So catchy title and maximize the first 30 seconds. I've had to actually write out what I wanted to say in that first 30 seconds before, because I want people, when they're watching the video back, I want them to continue to watch through to the content of the video. So I will say something along like, hey guys, it's Coach Rachel here from Restoring Rachel on Fit Life Warriors. I'm so excited you joined me. I want to share with you 3 tips on how to cook broccoli the best tasting way possible. Make sure to watch to the end. Something along those lines. So you're giving them a reason to go past that 30 seconds. So that's the tip number 3. Tip number 4, and you might see this in this video, is smile until your face hurts. You might think that you look ridiculous. You might think, they probably think I'm just a big cheese ball smiling all the dang time during my live feeds, but that's a good thing. People respond to joy. People respond to excitement and energy, and it is crucial to smile your face off when you're doing live feeds. If you look back and at some point in time, you're gonna have videos that are more serious. Maybe you're sharing a life experience, something along those lines, and those are okay to have a more serious tone. But in general, you should be excited. We're Beachbody coaches. We are blessed by this opportunity to change lives every single day, and we should be excited about that. Doesn't mean we have to be perfect and rosy and happy all the time, but people respond to lots of smiles way more than they do kind of a little grumpy cat. Okay, last one is tip number 5. Be consistent and provide value. This is something, there are a ton of great videos on this Beachbody Champions page that talks about providing value to your social media and different ways to do that. This is a piece of the puzzle I am so passionate about because people want to know that you are a professional in the business. And in order to do that, they have to view you and your social media presence as a professional thing. Even if you're a hobby coach, you should be presenting yourself in a way on social media that you know what you're talking about. Even if you don't wing it, it's okay, but sharing things that provide value. So in my Facebook Live feeds, I try to do different tips. So I've done a series on meal prep, which went really, really well. I've done recipes. I've done different ways to get your water in. I've given short little workouts. And I've done things that are not fitness related. So you can do things if you're good at organizing, or if you love to shop and you have great shopping tips. Tailor it to you and your needs in your market. But provide value, because when you do that, people will start to follow. So now I have people that look for my live feeds and get excited about getting my live feeds, and they all say, hey Rachel, so, and they're all excited to say hey to me because I provided a lot of value over the last 6 months to them through my live feeds. Think out your topic ahead of time, so you don't have to spend the whole day prepping for a live video, because then that takes away the fun and the authenticity of the live video. But like for this, I just jotted down a couple of tips that I wanted to make sure that I shared with you, and then the rest of it is just kind of winging it. So jot down a couple things that you want to talk about, your main key points, and then go from there. And then, like I said, make sure it has a catchy title so that people will want to jump on. So I wrote that down twice. Apparently, I really wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. So those are my tips for overcoming Facebook Live. I'd love to hear anything that you have to say, things that have worked for you, things that haven't worked for you. And like I said in the beginning, the biggest way to do it is just overcome it. Just do it. Dive into personal development about fear and self-doubt if you're really struggling in this area. But truly, Facebook Live is a great way to propel your business forward, because Facebook's algorithms prefer live videos, and so they're going to boost your content up in your friends' Facebook feeds if you're doing live feeds. So I think it goes something like live videos, pictures, and then just plain statuses, just like text. That's kind of the order that they prefer and they have preference for. So those are my tips. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope it's helpful. And I am so thankful for the Beachbody Champions page, because it has helped me with a lot of different areas of my business. So I was very blessed to be able to bring this topic to you today. I hope you'll have an awesome day, and I look forward to hearing from you.